Hello. Hi, welcome to a Silent Tale podcast hosted by I Can Always. Just give me 2 seconds. Let me grab the host for you. If you just want to grab a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you like, and we'll be right with you.
The host will be with you shortly. Your call is important to us. Host will be with you shortly. Your call is important to us.
Hey, welcome. I am super excited to be here today. I'm recording this podcast. Today, unfortunately, I don't have a guest. It feels a little bit lonely, I'm not gonna lie. But listen, I've got a great topic for you today, and the topic is position attracts opposition. But first, I hope you have your hot drink ready. You know how we do it here. I've got a coffee today because I'm not gonna lie. I needed to wake up. Although I say this, I've been waking up really early. I'm day 2 into a 30-day challenge to get my body back in shape, to not even get into shape like I'm out of shape, no, but just to get my health, to get that energy up, and also just balance what do they call them? Your cortisol, I don't know. I'm just chatting here. But listen, I am here trying to be healthy, okay? That's all that matters. I've got my smoothie, and this smoothie, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, it is beautiful. It has spinach, avocado, dates. Sometimes I put cinnamon in there. It's got banana, milk, and boom. If you want to try this, go and try this. All you just need again is spinach, avocado. I put half an avocado in because it was quite big. Spinach, avocado, banana, dates, milk, and cinnamon. Okay, so let's get started now that we've got our drink menu out of the way. I really enjoyed the last few sessions that we had. I had Casey on and we talked about body confidence, and I had Clay on and we talked about allowing God to heal you. And really, when it comes to all these things, it's just understanding self better. There's so many things that we don't discuss with our friends. We don't necessarily, myself and Casey, myself and Clay, when we have our private conversations, these are the things that we actually talk about in our conversations. But it's not very common to meet people like this that you are able to have these kind of discussions with. So I hope this is a space for you where you feel like, oh, I can come here and we're just going to talk about something that is, important for life. It's just important for mental well-being. It's important for health. And so, one thing that I really realized, especially maybe from this time last year, is whenever you find yourself in position, you always attract opposition. Now, we've got the slang like, ops, and this and that and that. But you have to notice that the word opposition has position in it, meaning that it's only when you put yourself or you find yourself in position that you will find opposition. Because the moment that you are not really in position, there is nothing to attack. There is nothing to distract. There is nothing stopping you from your end goal. I want to talk a little bit about rugby, football as they call it in America. do they call it? Yeah, they call it football in America. You know, anytime that you see them getting ready to throw the ball, when they're in position, opposition is always in position. Now, you never see, let's say we've got blue team and red team. You never see red team in position and you don't see blue team not in position. There is a reason for that, because they're trying to stop them from getting to that goal. Now, the red team now has to start pushing against the blue team in order to get to the end goal, to get to that finishing line. And we see this in life, that whenever we find our way, we find ourselves in position, getting ready to go to the place that God is putting us in. God is saying, this is where I want you to be. You find yourself in opposition. Now, what does that opposition look like? Opposition looks like waking up in the morning and thinking, I can't do this. I think this is bigger than me. Opposition looks like getting into a place where you don't really know where you're going to get the finances from. Opposition looks like, well, I've failed in relationships before. I don't really think that I can do it in this relationship. Maybe I should just end it before it gets any further. Opposition looks like doubt. Opposition looks like health declining. Opposition looks like finances lacking. And I'm not talking about anything that I haven't experienced here, because whenever we find ourselves in position, we will always find opposition. And we have to be prepared for opposition. We almost have to be concerned when we don't see opposition, because it means we're not in position. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it has to be something that's normal for us to understand, that whenever we are pushing forward with a vision, we are always going to find ourselves facing challenges. Now, these challenges, they might come and look like something pretty simple, like a new social media platform. I'm not gonna lie, I found myself on Clubhouse way too many times than I should. Why? Because it was my opposition, because now I am distracted. Now I'm not really focused. Now I'm not going out on walks as much as I would like, so that I can stir up those creative juices. What is your opposition? We have to really start analyzing and going inwards and looking at what is opposing me. What is the very thing that is becoming a barrier for me to become where God is positioning me? My vision, the goal that I want, that final destination. And also sometimes opposition looks like not having clarity on what that final destination is. You never really know the details of what, it looks like. But if I say to myself that I want to date, I have to know that the destination is I want to get married. And I have to understand, what kind of marriage do I want? Now, I might not know the details of how I'm going to meet this person, how the journey is going to go, what kind of challenges I won't know any of those details. But the very fact that I know the destination, I have to understand that when I position myself to say, I am getting ready to prepare myself mentally, physically, ready for this marriage, I know that I'm going to face opposition. Opposition looks like the past saying, look at what happened in your past relationship. Opposition looks like, how can you even think about marriage? You've never really seen a healthy marriage before. Can you really do it? What makes you think you can do it? And opposition looks like, for example, starting a business. Now. That area right there is where I've been finding opposition, because I'm here working on my business and I am doing it full time, and there is moments where the vision feels so much bigger than me, and whenever I am in position, I'm finding opposition. And for me, my opposition has really been my physical health. The fact that I am, doing the 30-day challenge and so forth, it's really because I need to be healthier than I am currently. So I have to make sure that I am doing everything that I can to fight this opposition, to go past this opposition. And so we have to be aware. The biggest thing that we can do on this journey is to first not only understand our vision, but also understand our possible obstacles and recognizing them, calling them out for what they are. It's like, no, 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 no. You're here because there is something great on me. There is something great I'm about to do. There's something significant I'm about to do. I'm about to make a goal. I'm about to score something. And you want to stop me from making that score. So you have to push. Listen, life of purpose is about pushing. You have to push every day. Some days you have to push less than others, like sometimes you don't really have a lot that you need to push through, but there are days where you really need to push. You really need to wake up in the morning and say, you know what, at the very minimum, I want to do at least 3 things towards this goal. And it's hard. I get it. It's hard. Oh man, it can be challenging. It can be really challenging. Like sometimes it feels like it's so much easier to give up, but really and truly, if it was easier to give up, then we wouldn't be here now. Like, let me say that better in the sense that the very fact that I started on this journey was because I was not happy with where I was before. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we want to go back to the past because we don't forget that, that past, it really was not really working out for us. But it's like we want to go back because it's familiar, right? Like the pain is familiar, the struggle is familiar, the headaches are familiar. And so because we don't understand where this is going, we're not willing to push through some of the challenges. But when we put into perspective that those challenges are only there because there is something, there is gold at the end of this. Do you know what it's like to mine gold? I mean, I don't. But my uncle used to have a mine or something like that. I don't know. But the machinery that you need, like it's power. You are digging through, it's manual labor. You don't need to go to the gym if you're in a mine because you are digging. And so if you want to find your gold, if you want to find that jewel, that gem that belongs only to you, don't be confused. Don't let people tell you that, we all are going in the same direction. Not really. We all may be leading towards that final destination of the second coming of Christ. Yeah. But we each have a purpose that is personal to us. It's not one shoe fits all. My jewel is different to the next person's jewel. So I have to dig it for myself. But I have to be willing to sweat for it. I have to be willing to stay hopeful even when deep down I'm feeling hopeless. It's a journey. It's one that requires so much grit and so much tenacity. You have to fight. You have to push through. And also, you have to learn how to maneuver. Listen, you have to learn that, when they're on the football pitch, they have these little techniques that they have. They do. I don't know what that was, but you know what I mean. They have these techniques that they've built over time. So when the opposition is coming, they are doing these two-step, and they're like, boom, I'm gone. So I think it's the coffee. I think this is the last time I'm going to have coffee before I record a podcast. Anyway, they have these little techniques, right, that they do. And this is what we need to put in position. We have to start getting into a place where we have techniques. Okay, I can see I'm about to feel depressed. Okay, this is the technique I'm going to maneuver to skip past that. I'm feeling anxious. Oh, this is the technique I'm going to use. You have to have a toolbox. You have to have a plan to say, actually, this is what works for me. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to try this. I'm going to maneuver the opposition, because the opposition will only ever come to attack in the same way. It doesn't have anything original. It doesn't have anything new to bring to you. So by that time, you can confuse the opposition. Remember, you have power in the inside of you. And I believe that there is coming a season right now where we need to tap into our power. If you don't know your power, then I don't really know how else to define it to you, because you have to look in the mirror and know that I have power in the inside of me. What does that mean? That I have the techniques to be able to maneuver against the opposition, because when opposition comes, it only has one formula. But for me, I have so many other formulas. Yes, you can come at me, but I know exactly how I'm going to do this. And always expect that opposition is going to come, because the only time that we feel blindsided is when we are not alert. We have to stay alert. We have to stay diligent. What does that mean? It means that I know that the moment that I am in position, boy, it's coming. It's coming. And that's okay. That lets me know, that encourages me. That's like, yes, I know exactly where I'm going. I know that this is something that I'm supposed to do. I am in the right place. I'm in the right place. So how do you know? Because sometimes we're in position and we're still doubting, right? How do you know? Well, if I say today, I want to write a book, which I've done, and I see myself, I've written maybe half the book, but I've started to find so many challenges in like finishing the book. I have to ask myself, what's at the end of this book that this resistance is trying to stop me from accomplishing? Because if I've been able to write half the book, then it doesn't make sense why I cannot write the rest of the book. It can be anything. It could be procrastination. It could be just creative block. It could just be, your life gets so busy and you're not able to find the right time. You just have to keep pushing through. I think that was the same with this podcast. I think the first season that I did, or the first few episodes that I did them, and then things started to go sideways, and I was like, we are going to come back and we are going to continue doing it. And I do it with everything. There's been times where certain things, it's like they just go slower than I would like them to, but it's okay for it to go slow. Don't feel like, you have to always be moving at 100 miles an hour. There will be times where towards that goal, you're going to dodo. You're going to move like a tortoise. You're going to just, that's it. So expect opposition and maneuver, have a toolkit to push past that opposition, and also know that it's okay to go slow. This is a slightly shorter one. Or is it short? I don't know how long it's going to be. But listen, I want to hear from you. I want to hear how you're doing. I want to hear what kind of opposition you've been going through. And really, let's just grow together. This platform is really just for us to talk about those silent things that are not mainstream. And I'm super happy that you were able to join me today. And I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Or, I don't know, whatever. I will catch you in the next episode. I have no idea what we're going to be doing, but I am pretty sure it's going to be great. as always. And I promise I'm not gonna drink coffee this time. So be sure to follow me on all the social media platforms, on Instagram @asilento. Visit the website. We've got some free tools to help you learn to meditate, cut down some sugar, exercise, whatever it is that you feel you need as tools to go against this opposition that you might be facing. I'll catch you next week and have a good one.